So let's now just carry on with our footer. So if we're still on this page, I did notice there was an extra section there, so I'm going to delete that. Not that it should appear on our website anyway, but let's now come back to our manage website, and we can now just check out the pages that we have to add to our footer. So at the minute we have a privacy policy. Let's go ahead and publish that. I'm going to select edit and then publish, just so that we have that available to use in our menu. Let's come back. We also have a sample page. Let's just, in fact, do a quick edit there. Let's just do this terms and conditions. Slug will be terms, which is fine. Terms. Is this published? Yes, it is. Update. So now we have a privacy policy, terms and conditions. And do we add any more? No, I think we'll just leave it as 2, right? We don't need any more than that because you guys aren't going to benefit from adding more pages anyway. So let's go ahead and add some to this menu now. So we need to create a menu for our footer. So let's come to appearance. Let's come to menus. We're going to create a new menu. So up the top here, create a new menu. Going to call this a footer menu. Going to create, or in fact, I'll change that to footer, create. Now we can drag those new pages in. So privacy policy, terms and conditions, add to menu. Doesn't really make a difference which order. It's my OCD creeping in there. I always like to have terms and conditions first. Anyway, we can save that menu now, so that is good to go. And now we can come along to templates, add new. We're now going to create a footer. So let's select footer. Let's just call this footer menu. Now, I know I'm going really fast, guys, but I understand that there's not any real value here for you at this point where we're just creating a footer, right? You know how to create a footer. If you don't, then you're probably in the wrong course anyway, because this is advanced Elementor. If you are looking for the basics, then you probably want to hop on my Elementor and WordPress for beginners course. So let's go ahead and close this down. So now we're working in the footer. Let's just add a horizontal horizontal container there. And all we need to do is let's select the plus. We're going to drag our logo in there. And then we are going to select the plus again. We're going to drag a WordPress menu in there. That's it. No, that still didn't hit there. There we go. So that is fine. Let's now change the width of the logo. So we'll select that, come to style. The width, I'm going to select a fixed width with pixels. Pixels, let's make this maybe 180. And then the terms and conditions, let's just edit this. Change that pointer to none. And then the style, typography, let's change that to Montserrat again. We could set that Montserrat as a global, but I'm not going to at this point. Like a global for the menu font. For some reason, this is lagging a bit today, which is annoying. Montserrat. Do that as Montserrat. We'll change that as a rem to maybe 0.9 or maybe 0.8 even. 0.8 is fine, 600 is good. I'm happy with that. So now what we want to do with this element here, so the actual menu element, let's select that. Let's come to advanced. Let's make that a size grow. So that is going to take up all of the space down there. And then let's align that to the right. So we come back to content, alignment, right. So that is over on the right alignment. So it is looking like that. Now, to be honest, guys, I know that looks very, very basic, but to be honest, again, there's no real benefit here to designing something fancy. If you are adding your own footer to your own website, then add the pages that you want. You don't need me to show you how to do that, so I'm not going to waste either of our times actually doing that. One thing I didn't do was change the colors, so let's come back to style. Let's come to the text color. I'm going to change that to dark purple. Accent. And then the hover, let's change that to that light purple that we went with before. And I'm going to copy that because I'm going to paste that under as the active as well. So active is going to be that color too. So that is fine. I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and I suppose we could actually add one more container at the bottom. Let's go with one more container. What we're going to do, we're going to vertical align that. It doesn't make a difference actually. We're going to align items in the center. We're going to center the justification as well. Going to select plus, and we're just going to drag a text editor in there. And all we are going to do in here is just write in a copyright. Copyright 2023. If you wanted to put in that little fancy C, you could copy and paste that from a Google search. Ricky Wallace Ltd. So completely made up company. That is not a real life company, but hey, looks professional. Let's now change that typography to a Montserrat. I'm going to make that maybe a 0.6, maybe a 0.7. Oh no, that's a pixel. Definitely don't want 0.7 pixel. So 0.6 rem, I'm happy with. Now we can just add some background colors, right? So let's select that container for the bottom, style, color. Let's just drop in a, let's go with a primary. In fact, I'm going to go with the dark. Oh, decisions. I'm going to go with the primary. In fact, let's leave it as that. The font color is fine. I'm not too fussed. Let's just do the same background color for the above container. Come to the style, come to color, standard color, classic should I say, not standard. Could actually make this a black. That actually looks quite cool, but I would ideally want to make that WD white. I'm just going to make that a grey like that for now. And I think that's going to be absolutely fine for its purpose, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and select publish and then add to entire site. Oh, no, don't want to add a second condition. Save and close. And that is our very basic footer taken care of. So now we actually get to move on to some of the more complex design elements that we're going to be working with. And that is going to be starting on our homepage.